To remove the motor, first you have to flip the bike upside down and then start cutting the zip ties where the motor cable is connected. So basically just cut the zip ties here and then unplug the cable of the motor and take off the rubber cap. Try to get the wire in a straight line through the derailleur guard and then pull up the cap on the nut and start unscrewing the nut using a 18mm wrench. You will notice on the other side of the bike, on the right side, there is a washer. It's called a torque washer, which is hooked up to the frame. So after removing the nuts, you will need to take this hook or torque washer by using an Allen key and unscrew the bolt, and then you can, as you see, the torque washer is removed. This way you have both sides. Once you have both sides removed, start you might want to bang the tire right and left a little bit just to give it a little bit of free movement here. And once that's all done, you can just lift the wheel. I would start with extending the derailleur all the way to the end. Push the derailleur all the way to the end before you lift the wheel to give it a full extension, and then lift the wheel just like that and try to bypass the chain through the cassette. Just take the chain off and you're all good. Now we have the wheel here. First you need to remove the cassette or the sprocket. So use the tools, which is the sprocket remover. That's the tool required, and a wrench. So insert the sprocket remover through the cable, insert it to the sprocket. Before you do that, you have to remove the hook washer. There's another 2 hook washers that's inside the axle. Remove them and then insert the sprocket remover. Use the wrench just counterclockwise and it will spin. Yep, we got it here. It's spinning free. Just counterclockwise until it comes off the hub axle. Just pull. Now we have the sprocket removed. You will need the Torx tool. It's called the T20 Torx Security. That's very specific to remove the nuts on the wheel, on the motor. So there are 6 screws. Try to, if you have a T handle torque tool, that would be probably easier. So gently try to unscrew all the screws here by using the end part of the tool. So use the end part to apply more torque and more force. Once it's kind of loose, I will start unthreading all the screws. Before you remove the motor, make sure you take off the hook washer from the other side. Remember, there are 2 hook washers on both sides of the hub, and then pull the motor. If you can't pull it, you can bang it from the other side, just towards the upper side, just like that. If it's kind of stiff, and then just pull. Just pull the cap away. It's magnetic. It's not screwed in. And then once you replace the motor, the new motor, you just put everything back in sequence. Now we're going to put back the cassette insert it through the cable and just screw it in, just clockwise. Once it's fully kind of tight, you can use this extra tool. It usually comes with a sprocket remover. It kind of tightens the sprocket into the hub. In most cases, the sprocket will get kind of tight when you ride, because the chain usually spins it while pedaling. With that tool, it can help. And after that, put back the hook washers, the two hook washers on the right and on the left. So it should be outward, and both should be in the same direction, outward towards the top. So we're gonna go back, insert the wheel. Remember, the hook washers, when you insert, should sit on the frame. So they're both outward towards the top. That's where they sit on the frame. Lift the chain, insert the cassette, and then basically insert the hook washer into the dropout, which is on the frame, just like that. It's kind of a little bit tricky, but you have to make sure. You can start wobbling a little bit, spinning the wheel. Just make sure those hook washers sit nice and tight into the frame. And that's it. We got it in. Before plugging the wire, insert the washer, the nut, all the way to the hub, and start screwing the nuts to the axle. Same thing on the right side or the left side. Remember there is a torque hook that's attached on the frame. That goes first, and then the washer, and then the nut. Once you're done, you can plug the wire, the motor cable, and zip tie it to the frame, and this way your motor replacement is completed. Good luck, and if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call, and we'll be happy to support.